with the acid spray. Supreme trying to do what he can to still stick around here, but now with the Frost Blast online, MiLAN can do a little bit more in terms of harassment. Bottom lane though, okay. Time Lock and Katsu after the stun. Is it gonna be first blood here? With Time Lock forward, it will be. But Ahari grabs that one. To try to maybe commit a little bit too deep onto LeBron there.
Yeah, sometimes you forget Void hits like a shock. Choke ATN out a bit. So Elk's one of the heroes that you just want to hit timing after timing on. And if you can do it, it makes your game so much easier.
Alright, we'll see whether they can make that happen. Oh, hang on. Okay, I missed that completely. A bit of a dive here. lisasH might just die to the tower shot. Not quite here to verify. It does keep him safe. LeBron's still on the chase. And lisasH isn't dying straight here. No TP to get out. But he has plenty of time to buy all those items, so he's not going to lose any gold when they eventually catch up with him.
Yeah, he's making space, but unfortunately, that's not really how you want your dives to go, where you lose your Slardar.
Yeah. Especially since he was on top of the last hit chart here before that happened, now kind of being set.
Yeah, and he's only just got his Midas, but it's not that inefficient. Helps your team out so much.
Yep. Top lane still being farmed up by the Slardar here after he finished up his armlet. He's not being pressured at all, so he's still gonna get a decently timed Blink Dagger if he wants to go back for that now. Which is probably the case.
It might stop by on like something like Treads, but yeah, I'd much expect just Blink. Because the longer you delay that, it's...
Bottom lane, another Chrono, Finger of Death. Okay, and the Lich Ultimate. There's a lot of hate towards the Symbasaur, but yeah.
I think they only needed one of those ults. Hero was stun in silence. That has an escape mechanism. You know, what more can you want? So it's not like it's game over for him by any means, but it kind of stunts his progression. You know, as we were saying earlier with the Elf, you want to be able to shut him down early.
When Shadow comes out, nice little double stun here into the Lich Ultimate. We'll turn this around. MiLAN almost dies, so Symbasaur burst. Nisha is actually still alive. Not much else to give here as the reactive armor is kicking in up against all these right clicks. And Sunstrike comes out, looking for MiLAN here. lisasH will be able to finish him off though. Giving that, giving the intel, and now the rest of Elements, they kind of have to run. Katsu's there, gets the stone off onto LeBron, they will be able to bring him down. Nisha, unkillable at this point, without any extra magic burst. lisasH will fall to Mitch as he just leaves behind him. Should be far enough away to make his way out of there, but was another Chronosphere? No, wasn't Chronosphere used.
It's really good for ATN though.
Yeah.
Because it makes space for invoking.
No, it's not over yet. They find Mitch. Hello. He was sticking around a little bit too long there. Supreme making the rotation. Yeah.
Really, really good capitalized, comfortable farming, and at the moment he doesn't really have any items to accelerate that. He's not getting the most amount of space, and because they're looking to farm at the moment, the only real time they feel like they're going to do anything is with their ults, and they're really split right now. So it's like the worst time.
To fight here, Exotic Deer shows off his Blink Dagger, finds Lich on the outside. On that Shadow, gonna protect the rest of them for the time being. And now they don't really want to turn this here. They have sentries down on side of Alternate. 4 heroes around there. Exotic Deer, if he dodges the arrow, and he does. And now there's Katsu with a level 6 coming in. Nisha with the AoE, 1-2 more down with a cast. Death Ward out of range, but Nisha and Exotic Deer with a follow-up. This could be a 5-man wipe. They will find Monty here. That stun will go off in his death. Yeah, at least he created space for Mitch to leap out of there. Nisha?
Yeah,
no. No, Nisha, stop! He's gonna get him too, inside the base. When the tier 2s are still alive, Exotic Deer will fall to Lich Ultimate as MiLAN comes back alive. But not sure that was worth it, honestly. Seems a little bit...
They're not gonna respond. That's extremely, like, ballsy.
Especially that close together. I mean, they had the Chronosphere, they didn't even get it off. Because they just got romped here with Katsu coming in, creating chaos from the side. Speaking of Chronosphere though, they're going to use it now to finish off Supreme with LeBron and Mitch on the outside. That's an easy kill. But yeah, I mean, you had the cats bouncing through, you had Katsu showing off his level 6. Before that, even losing Mitch, MiLAN was on.
Like, that's 1,000 wasted gold straight up. He doesn't have that much net worth to be throwing away gold anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, Aquila is an amazing item. But you don't pair it with floods.
Yeah.
The auras don't like stack.
Shadow to try and help out the bottom lane. Not quite quick enough to bring the to help out the alchemist. A little nice kill there for Alternate, and that's actually a lot of gold, right? I mean, it's 300 to the. Got another one down. Okay, let's cut up on the top. Effective items. Tim saw now with the pipe of insight after the bloodstone.
I like that.
What's that again? It's just against the Lich or just Radiance, I suppose, mostly? Just to have that sustain.
More than anything.
Barahari, look at that Sunstrike right on the mark. Exotic DS setting up for that. On burst damage, they should also catch LeBron on the side, get silence off into the stun, into a storm. It's another freebie here, and that should also be a free tier 2 in the back of that. With the creep hit coming in.
And this is literally the snowball starting up right here.
They're gonna be able to take that another tier 2 that Elements cannot contest.
No, not yet. They might be able to slow it down a bit, but I think contesting it's a mistake. As long as ATN are actually 5 here.
They're going in, there's a Lich ultimate coming in. Badahari just TP's in to his death. Monty to follow up, but the cask! Look at the cask! Follow up with a roll. Monty not gonna stun himself, he still gets it off, and Katza, who will fall to the combined wrath of the Alchemist and Little Illusions. Nisha now looking for some extra damage and bursts him down like a boss. lisasH still alive, they're gonna get the crush on Mitch. Nisha on the killing spree in Milan, he has to scramble back to Vegas, not much else to give here, and no crush comes out as Exotic here at the front of
Or some mobility item. Which, obviously mobility is key in fights, but there's no raw stats to help you there.
Yep.
So it's more towards a split pushing game, and it doesn't matter if ATN pick you off.
They come in here to drop the Death Ward and the combo up on Monty.
And that's why BKB is not the item that you have to go in that scenario.
If you don't get it off, it doesn't do anything.
The Void has to be a playmaker. And if you look at his farm, it's garbage. Like, it's an offlane Void, effectively.
Now,
this is
just
good
get a 2-man chrono. Mitch on the outside with Supreme taking a bit of damage here. Lincoln Sphere not protected from the Thing of Death. The arrow to follow up. They might be able to bring him down despite the heals coming out alongside Katsu or Exarchia. Misses the stun on his BKB. Now lisasH will be brought down by that ultimate coming through. Nisha. Reflected stun from the Lotus Orb. Now Exarchia still has the Aegis. Has got the double crush off Badahari. And Milan, both of them should end up falling to Nisha, cleaning them house. Now again, Badahari. He does get out. So respawn comes through.
That was an amazing fight for them.
Yeah. One thing they haven't talked about though is these kind of things. Void Chrono on 60 seconds. Lion also has a decent upgrade, but now fight breaks out. BKB, both Monty and Exotic Deer are trying to fight it up with Moonlight. Oh god, triple Chrono on the backlines here. Exotic Deer dropping so low. And shouldn't have fallen to right clicks. Plus the Lich ult coming through, and now Supreme caught on the backlines with the slows from the time dilation. Nothing up against it. Nisha also has to run with the timer coming out on the Invoker. It's gonna be a 4-man wipe. Nisha, he got to sit by an arrow or something here. Stopped in his tracks, and now nice little timber chain across. But Mitch running to stay with a blink. It's another arrow. Look at this orb. I'm not gonna protect him against that. Will reflect the stun from Monty, but it's not gonna be enough. Plenty of lockdown this time around to turn this into full 5-man wipe.
Yeah, they just forced that way too much. Like, the Elk knew where they were coming from. He gets a preemptive BKB. To Chrono is how they win team fights.
Speaking of team fights, Nisha, well, he did come back pretty fast here with all those Bloodstone charges, and now gonna be Elements who's scrambling. Milan cancels the TP. The Cat bounces up to the high ground here towards LeBron. That should be a secondary pickup. It's only the supports. And LeBron was making them work for it at the very least, but I don't think he gets himself out of here.
He's trying, but he got his blink dagger. That's the most important thing.
Oh yeah.
He's also buying a lot of time. They are going to get this kill, but at this moment, Elk's pushing in mid. Bottom wave's already having to be pushed out, so there's no collateral they get off this. Roche isn't up yet, so it's just 2 supports.
Yep.
Which really is a deal in most team fights. But
so you start stacking up the ultimates or agents or something. Do we see the blade mails like all these clips? Oh, no they didn't.
But this is gonna hurt.
And lisasH Exotic Deer. That is the ultimate coming through. 2 heroes down just like that. But Hari used the BKB. Oh god, Nisha. Got the Hex. Not sure if they can get him here on that kind of position, but instead they focus on Katsu. Nice little tornado to try and delay this a little bit longer, but they still catch him up on high ground. Supreme is a little bit too late. 3 heroes down in total, and Roshan, lo and behold, he's there, ripe for the taking. This time for Elements, it's Aegis and Shitty and Badahari, all 3 of them. And now Alternate on the retreat. Chronosphere on 2 though after the arrow on the Supreme also catches Mitch, and now the stun comes through as the BKB ends. Monty slowed down by the Ice Wall, same for everyone else, but now Exotic deal with a crush, keeps lisasH safe, getting some extra Death Ward procs off, but it's not gonna be enough. Exotic deal now with his own BKB charge, still being chopped away at by the Alchemist. 3 for nothing, only the Aegis being used. Nisha is actually still around here in the backline to make that 4 for nothing. Supreme actually coming back in. They want to try and turn this here with a nice little combo. MiLAN might tick out of this, especially with an extra right click. It's going to be the only one. Supreme will fall. Nisha gets out. Maybe. They see him. They get him. With the stun from LeBron, who survived that whole ordeal. That's a full 5-man wipe.
Oh, that's ugly to watch. Like, you pick the Aegis, you kind of know the heroes are going to rotate up there. He can be lane, play the pick-off role, and they kind of wanted to end the game around 10-15 minutes ago, I think. But they made a few mistakes, and to be fair, Elements also made a very good play. And they're just not giving them the chance now. Constant pick-offs. Nowhere on the map is safe. Sure, it's only an Earth Spirit, which is actually probably good for ATN, because now it shows they can push out the other waves, but they're not doing it right now. And
this is just an Earthspirit though, lisasH. This one on the list, 4-star, not going to keep him safe for long. Arrow, nicely timed. Nice positioning. Exotic here gets a crush up, a little bit too late to save his buddy. Now they're going to leap in. He Chronosphere on 2. Mitch is still in the midst of that. Exotic there. Wobbled away at by Badahari. Follow up from the stun from line. Nisha hexed up. Another ultimate comes through. He will not quite fall just yet. lisasH goes for lisasH instead, gets the first time bash, the first hit bash more or less. To stop that Death Wall. It's a dieback on him. Nisha's still in the front lines, but for how long? Monty just slowly but surely killing him, forcing him to suicide at the very least. Still not done yet here. There's still plenty of juice left in the tank. Supreme. Monty, does he stun himself? No, it was just Kassor coming in with the Magnetize, trying to do their best to keep them away from the high ground, to push them out, and they should be successful now. Them leading heroes here, Badahari and mid, MiLAN both going down. LeBron almost gets sniped by the tornado.
And they forced one buyback out, but it's not the most effective dive to say the least. And
2 buybacks actually. Nisha also bought back.
who was the other one? A combo or Invoker combo and force BKBs. Back out, initiate when they're down.
Already dead. This Chronosphere in the back only catches one. It's gonna be Nisha. Not an easy target kill, especially not with Supreme and Exotic D on the outside. They're gonna abandon Roche now. As Mitch and lisasH. They're gonna tango up with each other together with Exotic D. And Nisha still alive with the BKB. Now to catch Badahari. Should be able to make himself out with another time walk. Mirana's first casualty here. They do trade for Exotic D though. He doesn't have buyback. Mirana and Lion do same for the Faceless Void if he wants to use it. Alternate with a better position in this fight. He forced a buyback after buyback. Elements really want to win this fight, but now they finally decide that it's probably not worth diebacks on top of that as well. Alternate have other plans here to get the tornado onto Mirana. Only shot available, not that it would matter all that much. Caught with a cold snap inside at the chakram.
Yeah,
it's a dieback. Yeah, it's Roshan still very low.
I don't think they can breach high ground. They can probably get a ranged racks, but there's enough deep push and enough like big team fight ults.
It is not even using the Tron just yet, so Badahari gets actually stunned up. Monty with the BKB. Now the Death Ward on the outside bouncing through, but immediately cancelled by LeBron, and the double finger brings lisasH and Katza both very, very low. Now Mitch and everyone else on the side of Elements looking to clean up. The Supreme's on BKB. Nisha still going strong. He's already there. Not brought down just yet with the heart keeping him safe. They still hold on to the Aegis as well, so Cheese too. Exotic there might have to use it as the stun actually gets brought back from LeBron, locking down Monty. Forcing him out, but Badahari with another Chronosphere. With the Chronosphere finally coming out, brings Exotic there low again after the cheese has been popped, and LeBron with another ultimate finishes him off. Nisha now the only one left standing in the front lines here. Supreme giving him some covering fire. Is it going to be enough though with the EMP? I don't think so here. 4 heroes around him. The only one left is Supreme trying to deal with MiLAN and not even be able to deal with him properly. Even the support here a little bit too tanky for the Invoker.
Because he doesn't want to sell these items, he wants to use them. And
Look at this.
most people lane momentum. And this is also really smart.
Yeah. Smoke up
Again,
outside of
good
the Roche pit here. Elements, they're gonna get brought in, attacked from behind. Oh no, that was the worst time to lag. LeBron falls first. Supreme and backlines here, taking care of that. lisasH with a pretty good depth out up front. Now Fiorenzo finally comes out, catches many of his own heroes as the enemy though. Supreme will fall, does not buyback, he wants to come back in, and he does. lisasH will fall, no buyback on him. Same for the Lion though, so it's a 1-for-1 there. And now Mitch caught there with the refresher being used. Him and Monty both being controlled up. Jump through side on the deck, but Exotic Deer coming back in will double crush here. Mitch will fall. Monty's still going strong, but he cannot find an angle to actually do damage as everyone's still rather healthy. Bahari, well, more Chronosphere, not a lot of mana to play with. It will get hit by Aegis under the belt, but that also means that the entirety of Alternate do not have any buybacks left now. Arrow comes in actually helping out a little bit. Now the silence, BKB will be purged off. lisasH, nice little death ward. He gets a couple of bounces off, but as Mitch finds him, forces him to stop that Chronosphere onto Exotic Deer, and he does get the Aegis though, so he'll be coming right back. lisasH not so lucky now. Nisha caught with that Abyssal Blade. Actually reflects the stun nicely, and Exotic Deer looking for more in the backlines. Bahari dropping low. He will actually fall. He does still have buyback. Nisha, not so lucky. Actually, he does. Just take back in. Got enough gold for it as the fight still rages on. I don't even know how to commentate this. It's just.
That's game over though.
Yeah,
they know Invoker has no buyback. They just go down mid now. But we can obviously see they don't. And they'll probably get a feeling after they take this tower. Like,
back earlier,
even
so
if
they
they
should
don't.
really know. There it is. BKB will block the return stun. Nice little Chronosphere onto 2. Nisha and Exotic Deer in a really, really rough spot. Follow up Hex, and yeah, this is it. Finally, the GG should be called fairly soon on Alternate. They were in a pretty decent position here, but Elements battling through, going straight through tier 4s. No reason not to at this stage.
Yeah, they just... When it came down to it, their lineup's slightly easier to have team fights. Because one mistake from ATN is 3-4 man chrono on important heroes, Elements coming back, and